All right. What is up, YouTube? Matt here. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. We're just going live here on Instagram. What is up, Instagram? We are live on YouTube. Just a quick reminder, every Monday night I go live. We smoke some weed at 9:20 Eastern Standard Time and kind of hang out. Up until quite recently, we were always doing this in my bathroom. But recently, I decided why not start doing screen shares and start either playing video games or goofing around on Realtor.ca or things like that. So if you're watching me on Instagram right now, you're not getting the full Matt McKeever experience. So just an FYI. And it doesn't even want to stand nicely. Fuck off. There we go. All right. So I don't know, Instagram. This just isn't going to work. Fuck's sakes. This is such a simple thing. There we go. All right, today we're going to be rocking the PAX 3 because it's been a while. Plus, also, up until recently, I had left my charger at a hotel bathroom or at a hotel. And so I had to order a new charger on Amazon. I recently got it. So we're back on that PAX life. But anyways, let's jump into it. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Reminder, jump in those comment sections on YouTube and Instagram if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, tonight I figured maybe I would just kind of play around on Realtor.ca and we can kind of hang out and just kind of chat on that. So awesome. All right, so let's pull up this Realtor.ca and start goofing around on the MLS. So if you guys are curious what's in my browsing history, we've been looking at some mansions and compounds recently, so some interesting stuff there, but nothing that really stands out to me. Anyways, let's jump over. Let's do some commercial real estate and see what's up. We'll start off here, maybe put in a couple little filters. We'll go multifamily only. We'll leave all that. Start at $500,000. We'll look for some apartment buildings first. And let's see what's up. So there's 2,000 listings across Canada, about 712 in most of Ontario. All right. Let's filter this based upon price, high to low. What's up, Matt? Quick question. If I remember correctly, you are an accountant. How much of your success do you attribute to your accounting skills? Yeah, Christian, thanks for asking. Yeah, so I've got my CPA license here in Canada. Did the accounting thing, worked for a public accounting practice, PDO, for about just over 5 years. Actually, when I left, it was just shortly after my 5th year anniversary because literally they had sent me the catalog to pick out my 5-year anniversary gift. And shortly after that, I left to go work at a publicly traded pharmaceutical company. I think that accounting certainly has helped me. I don't think that I would have had to have become an accountant in order to become successful at business or in real estate, but I certainly think it helped. One of the things that I noticed while I was working as an accountant in public accounting was the fact that a lot of my high net worth clients, they seem to own real estate. Now, some of them made their money in real estate, but a lot of them diversified their wealth into real estate as well. And so that naturally attracted me and seemed interesting. So definitely paid attention to that. And that inspired me even further just to take real estate investing seriously. So yeah, appreciate the question there, Christian. Let's quickly check, see what's going on the Instagrams. Matt, I'll get you a charger if you come and walk through my property in London. I appreciate the offer, but these days I work for more than just $10 chargers. Appreciate the love in the comments here, guys. How have your rental properties been holding up during the pandemic? Yeah, they're doing good. So we haven't had... Oh, this is such a pain in the ass. I don't know why this is a whole thing. Yeah, I don't know what to do with you, Instagram. This is just going to be a thing. It doesn't really work for me either. Let's go there. There we go. So yeah, we haven't really had any collection issues. Like we've had a couple collection issues, but nothing really to the extreme. So nothing that is even worth mentioning, to be honest. Let me know if you guys see any properties that you like. We can take a look at them. I'm not expecting that we're really going to find any deals here while we're cruising the MLS, but you never know. If nothing else, this is kind of like doing your homework. I should spend more time doing this anyways, so why not do it with you guys? Kill two birds with one stone. All that goodness. How you find and close your first deal? Actually, the very first deal I found was on the MLS. The second deal I found was on Kijiji. The third deal I found was on MLS. The fourth deal I found was on Kijiji. The fifth deal was on Kijiji. The sixth deal was on MLS. So definitely bounced around, but those are the two primary sources up until we started the wholesaling business. Matt, let's talk about leverage. I know the point is to keep building a business, but at some point, doesn't it make sense to build equity? LRJD, so it all comes down to what phase of the real estate game you're in, right? If you're in the growth acquisition phase, debt and leverage is always going to be your friend. If you're in the consolidation or maintenance phase, then certainly equity and paying down debt is going to be your best friend. Now, where I think a lot of people mess themselves up is they start thinking about debt as anything other than a business tool. Just a business tool. Don't let our emotions get into it. Don't let them hijack you. I don't get upset or emotional about the cost of laminate square foot or laminate flooring by the square foot. I'm not going to get emotional or upset about the cost of debt either. Just the cost of doing business. All right, so we're about 7 pages deep here on the MLS. All right, time to start looking at some of these deals. I did look at this building in Owen Sound the other day. I'm pretty sure my buddy John Kepler's taken a run at it once or twice because we've talked about a building very similar to this. I love the footprint behind it, if I'm being honest. I don't think it necessarily makes for a good investment, but I just love the aesthetics. Which sounds like a very stupid thing to say on a real estate investing channel. But it is true. All right, I'll do a couple more questions here from the comments, then we'll start looking at some of these deals. Laugh aloud, I did not know you did this. I think it's great that you don't shy away from your personal habits. Devin, welcome every Monday night. I am smoking weed. That's to be sure. And so for those of you asking, I think this is Cali Mist or something like that. So yeah, feel free to smoke along if that's your thing. If not, no pressure either. But definitely smash that like button. There is a lot of pressure, a lot of peer pressure on smashing the like button. I have no issues with that. Been so hard to get an offer accepted. Yeah, man, just offers, right? We rock about a 6 to 7% acceptance rate in my company, so you're not alone. What's my thought on Aurelia? Yeah, I think Aurelia has a lot of potential. We're going to be moving out there a little bit more in the future. Shout out to K-Dog. I'm not sure who K-Dog is, but okay. Favorite Manitoba dispensary. Sadly, I don't spend enough time in Manitoba to really have a favorite, but I think when Peter and I were there in Winnipeg last time, we hit up a couple dispensaries, so that was nice. Do I own anything in London, Ontario? I almost own exclusively my entire portfolio in London, Ontario. So yes, everything but one, everything but one apartment buildings in London, Ontario. How do you find homes for sale? That's what we're doing right now on YouTube, guys. So if you want, we're actually, just as an FYI, we're looking at properties right now while I'm live streaming. So you're missing out, IG, if you're only watching me on IG, but I still appreciate you. Does the market slow down near Christmas time? Is it a good time to bid on houses? Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite times of the year is to go real estate shopping over Christmas. So Jeff and I used to like to call them Christmas Eve offers. We literally bought a duplex once off of a Christmas Eve offer. So oftentimes what we like to do is dust off all the offers where you got told to go fuck yourself and, blow the dust off that offer, resend it through DocuSign on Christmas Eve day. And anyone that's actually going to start talking to you, they are an extremely motivated seller, and there's a good chance you're going to be able to make something happen there. So here's that property in Owen Sound. Again, it just looks beautiful. I have no idea if it fundamentally makes any sense whatsoever. I assume, in fact, if it did make fundamental sense, my buddy John Kepler would have already bought it. But I can't help but just think it looks pretty. So let's quickly check it out on Google Street View. Google Street View and Satellite View are two of my favorite tools as a real estate investor these days. I just love how quickly I can get perspective on the city, jump around, throw my little dude on the corner. Man, doesn't that look beautiful? Would you just look at it? Looks lovely. Man, that looks so pretty. Probably such a pain in the ass, though. It's probably like one of the most historic buildings, which probably means the city would be a huge pain about any changes to anything. Look at the details. So pretty. But if I remember correctly, I think it's a lodging house with a bar. Looks like there's a little garden out back here. All right, so that's that. Showing that 9 cap rate, that's not too bad. Pub lease for 5 years with renewable option. Hotel rooms leased monthly. All right, let's close out the Facebook. West Mount Street, Oshawa, 20 apartments, concrete brick, construction, great location beside the Oshawa Center and Public Transit Hub. Excellent condition, new parking lot 2019, high efficiency gas boiler system 2019, coin-op laundry 2020, 24-hour camera. Easy to rent bachelor. Potential cap rate of 6%. Philip, you can just go fuck yourself with your potentials. No one gives a shit. What's the actual? Unless you're going to give me vacancies. Although the seller will consider VTB, that's nice. But I mean, he is selling at $400,000 a goddamn unit. So, or sorry, $200,000 a unit, which does not seem cheap. Looks nice though, but honestly, it doesn't look that fancy. I think our apartment buildings here in London, once we fix them up, look nicer. All right. So I think it's going to be pretty hard to make money with this one. You guys like that area in Oshawa? Oh, we've got another video coming out in Oshawa as well. My buddy Spencer McCormick jumped on a recent Zoom interview, and we dived deeper into Oshawa and Whitby for anyone that wanted to go a little bit deeper into that real estate market. How do you manage your properties when you're not handy? Mike, you outsource. Outsourcing is absolutely key. Thoughts on owning real estate as an investor with a partner? Frank, I think it really comes down to you. You're going to have to understand yourself and what your motivations are as a real estate investor and whether partnerships are right for you. But definitely partners can be one of the best ways to get access to other people's money and really scale your real estate business, but it can also be a nightmare if you don't like dealing with other people or answering to other people. All right, so Daniel's got a question here. I purchased a duplex in Toronto and has almost doubled in value. Why should I invest more outside of the GTA like you are and have more property management issues? Rather, the only manage 2-3. Yeah, Daniel, at the end of the day, I really don't care what other people do with their investment dollars. The one thing I would challenge you on is, of that appreciation that you experienced, how much of that was under your control? How much of that did you really earn or create? And how much of that just kind of happened to you? For me, as an investor, I really like to view myself as a business owner, and I like to have as much control or agency over the situation as possible. And I'd argue, buying a non-cash flowing rental property in Toronto and just counting on the greater fool theory in order to be able to sell it for a profit, while definitely a way that people do make money, I don't believe it's a scalable business model that certainly it's not a scalable business model that I'd want to implement. So again, you do you. You're more than welcome to invest how you see fit. What are you looking for tonight? We're just kind of perusing realtor.ca, seeing what's up. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Paris, Ontario. You agree, or can you shed some light? Yeah, I think Paris, Ontario is in a good location, right? I'm a huge fan of Brantford, Ontario. So Brantford and Paris to me are very similar. Obviously, Paris is much smaller and a little bit more quaint of a city. But with what I see going on right now in Woodstock, I think Paris is definitely, if things stay as hot as they currently are, it's going to light up. What is this that we're looking at? Excellent opportunity to purchase a package of 2 properties in Little Britain. Package contains 15-unit apartment building with many recent updates. The other property is a vacant 16 parcel with a concept plan for 17 residential lots. Sale must contain both parcels. Interesting, but not my forte. This clean contemporary construction in 2017 impressively maintained 6-story ICF building sits on the corner of Homer Watson Boulevard and Sterling Avenue South, only seconds from the expressway and 5 minutes from Kitchener's downtown core. This 30-unit property contains a mix of one bid. Wow. So this is going for $300,000 a unit. In the KW. I mean, it looks very pretty and clean. But, I mean, $300,000 a unit isn't cheap. What do you guys think if this was a condo? What do you think that condo unit would sell for in Kitchener-Waterloo? Is that a $300,000 condo? Man, it seems like there's not a lot of living space there. Seems pretty small. Interesting. Not for me. What do we got here in Barrie? Prime apartment investment opportunity in Bearmont. Apartments are highly sought after by tenants in close proximity to Highway 400 access, groceries, store, and Barrie waterfront. 5 years old, 3-story, well-maintained, all-brick apartment building with a total of 42 units. There are a mix of 1 and 2 bedroom units. A total of 63 parking spaces. What does this work out to on a per unit basis? That seems like a lot. 13.2 million divided by 42 units is 314,000. Yeah, again, very pretty building. I don't really got anything to hate on it other than I think the cash flow could be tough. But I am bullish on Barrie overall. Huh. Yeah, seems like a nice, clean, purpose-built building, but a little pricey for Matt. Don't think we'll be buying that today. And now we've got James Street in Woodstock with a single photo. All right, let's pull this up on the old Google Street View. 10 units, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, fully rented, close to park. Also solar panels on roof, approximately 15 years on solar panel contract. I don't know if I like the solar panels, but otherwise, sadly, I think this is probably the best property we've looked at so far today. That is definitely not the right property. That is in London. Let's try Woodstock. How the fuck? Okay. James Street, Woodstock. Probably 10 years ago, you would have been able to buy this for less than half the price. Where are my local Woodstock people at? Is this a good neighborhood, bad neighborhood? Does Woodstock have bad neighborhoods? $250 a unit for 3 beds doesn't seem bad. See, we got a little bit of bus stop action going on in the corner there. Seems like we've got parking at both ends of the building, right beside a park with a tennis court. That's kind of nice. Bunch of green space. Some other apartment buildings. Some other multifamily. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like on the old satellite. There's those solar panels. $10 units. I mean, yeah. Again, they're not giving it away. It's a condominium, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. Again, not for me, but probably the best deal we've seen so far. Got another Barrie property. Big thing in St. Catharines. What's going on here in the comment section? Do you believe the average home doubles in price every 10 years in the GTA? Do I believe it's happened in the past, or do I believe it'll happen in the future, or do I believe it's a rule of thumb? I wouldn't be so bold as to say any of those, but certainly it probably has doubled in the last 10 years. Will it double again in the next 10 years? I don't know, man. There's an issue with affordability from my perspective if we're talking about the average home buyer and the average home price in Toronto. It feels like there's a disconnect there. Now, I know a lot of people will use the argument that it's a world-class city, and this time it's different, and immigrants. That may be true. It feels like less of a robust business model, though, than just counting on domestic affordability in regards to the units you're investing in. So for me, that's probably going to be my general preference and bias towards that sort of investing versus the alternative. But yeah. What are the plus minuses of entering into real estate deals with a business partner? Legal concerns, impacts on mortgages, approvals. Yep, all those things are factors, Frank. If you're interested, we've got a great course on the Cashflow Tribe website where I walk you through all the joint venture agreements and details and things like that. So if you guys are already a member, all you need to do is go down to courses here. And let's see. Got a lot of courses, but there's the joint venture agreement basics. I'd really encourage you to check out that course. I think that'll help provide some guidance. And just a reminder, guys, we recently launched the vendor directory on the Cashflow Tribe website as well. Now on our calculators, you can now actually do shares. So you can literally share a view only link to your calculator, or you can share a view and edit link on your calculator if you want to be able to allow other investors to view or edit. They can also comment now. So if I go here at the bottom, there's a comment section. You can see I posted a comment that said the word comment. So yeah, really encourage you guys to check that out. But Otherwise, it really comes down to what your goals are as an investor, right? We need to really figure out what are you trying to accomplish in regards to real estate investing and whether partners make sense in that regards or not. Do I ever deal with the Ottawa market? I talk about the Ottawa market, and every now and then we'll accidentally stumble across a deal, but we don't have a big presence there. Yeah, we don't have a big presence in Ottawa right now, but that may change in the future. Appreciate the fact that there's 90 people watching this, but the fact that I've only got 16 likes seems a little bit harsh. So if those of you watching this on YouTube could smash that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. How can you get started in the wholesaling process? Gurinder, check out my recent YouTube video that came out on Sunday with Amar from my wholesale team. In that, Amar shares a free ebook that we put together. I'm actually really proud of this ebook. So recommend you guys go grab that free ebook. There's a link in the YouTube video description. Completely free. All you got to do is give me your email address and you'll get a high quality ebook where Amar walks you through how he did his first wholesale deal in his first 68 days for $25,000. So if that's something you'd be interested in, go grab that ebook. And that's just a little FYI. I'm going to be cranking out a shit ton of ebooks in 2021. So if you guys got some recommendations for ebook topics, hit me up in that comment section. All right. Hey, Mr. McKeever, just wondering how much are you worth now with all the real estate you have accumulated over the years? Which year did you start investing? Yeah, I'm not going to answer questions on my net worth, but I started investing in 2010. So been doing this for 10 years. It's rare. Own 4 million building. I'm not sure I understand the context. First time real estate investor and you have a lot of capital to invest 1+ million. If you want to replace your day job income, what multifamily properties would you invest in to get started? Hey, SB, so if you've got $1 million to lend out, one thing to be aware of, you could probably generate $100,000 a year in passive income just by being a private lender. So if you could lend out at 10% or greater, you essentially could just be done right there and not even have to become a real estate investor. So yeah, that is a potential option. Also, I'm sorry to Instagram. I don't have a mute button on Instagram. So, oh wow, look at that. Just as I said that, it chose to froze. Instagram, you've got an uncanny ability to piss me off. Question, do you still own where'd that question go? Question, do you still own non-multifamily? Yeah, okay. Question, do you still own non-multi? We are continuing to move to multi and not sure whether to sell our non-multi suited homes. Any advice? Yeah, for me, I don't think there's one way you have to go about doing this, but I definitely think for a lot of investors, they're going to choose to sell off the properties that no longer fit their current business model. And that's just for a multitude of reasons. So again, yeah, for me, I've been selling off all of my non-purpose-built apartment buildings. I don't think that I needed to, but from just a simplicity sake for me, and kind of looking at where my life is and stuff, it just made a lot of sense. So, yeah, each investor, it's going to be different, but I've got a lot of different business interests, so I'd rather focus on those business interests. So focus on the active income and let go of some of the smaller multifamilies that just don't have a ton of upside in the big scale or the big picture of things. Daniel's asking, how's the cash flow now in London market when the university is closed? Yeah, good question. So we've been seeing a ton of demand for our rental units. So Right now, I've sold off most of my student rentals at this point in time. I've just got one left. It's rented. It's renting for normal rental prices, so that's fine. But with my non-student rentals, we're really seeing a lot of demand for our rental units. So one of the apartment buildings we recently bought, the average rent in the building was around $800 a month. We were projecting we'd be able to get $1,350 on unit turnovers, and now we're renting them out as a lightly furnished executive rentals for $1750 a month. So very pleased with what's going on right now with rent prices. Make it into a hockey stadium. Not sure what that is. Hey, Matt, do you mind talking about Ottawa market and also Gatineau market, which is just 2 minutes from Ottawa, since Gatineau area is very cheap house? Yep, definitely. I hear a lot of investors talking about Gatineau all the time. I'm no expert in the Ottawa market, so maybe I'll look at doing a couple of videos on it in the future, which will give me an excuse to go learn more about that market. Because just right now, because I'm not investing there, I just don't have a lot of motivation to learn a lot about it. What do you think of building, or what do you think of purchasing a freehold house at the 5% down, then build up equity and refinance at 10% down and rent it the whole house after? Yeah, Tristan, if you can do that, the one thing I'm going to say is it's usually going to be hard to refinance a property at 90% loan to value unless you're dealing with a private lender. So just make sure you understand that correctly. But yeah. Challenge. You have 150,000. How many houses could you accumulate in 5 years? Well, first things first, out of 10 network, is it just all about accumulating properties? Or do I need to make money with these houses? What's my long-term goals and plans? If my plan was just buy as many houses as possible, well, if I was forced to buy in Canada, I'm probably going to go to places like rural Saskatchewan or the rural Maritime area, and buy a shit ton of shitty little houses for like $10,000 each, and 10,000 might be cheap, but probably buy them for 30,000. And try and rent to own a bunch of those, I guess, in the first year or two. And then try and rinse and repeat. And ideally start getting some private lenders to back me up on that way. And if the goal was just to own as many properties as possible, that'd be probably one of the angles I'd look at doing. You looked at Stratford, Ontario. Yeah, we do a couple wholesale deals in Stratford every year. I'm trying to think right now. Janelle, one of my team members, she either bought a wholesale deal off of us in Stratford or Sarnia. Can't remember, but it was one of the S cities. So, yep, we definitely see a few deals. Diego from our team regularly is doing stuff in the Stratford, St. Mary's area. All right, let's check out this property in Barrie. 4 St. Vincent Street. Offering includes 2 properties that must be sold together for St. Vincent and 58 Blake. Oh, that doesn't tell me a lot. Holding income in place. What the fuck does that mean? Holding income in place. Well, way to be cryptic there, Andrew. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Holding income in place, I guess, because for the potential for future redevelopment. I don't really like development plays. Who's got the patience? Is Barrie waterfront important, guys? Educate me on Barrie. Fantastic investment opportunity. 15 fully renovated units, steps to downtown, 2 mixed-use commercial building, residential buildings. 7 units fully renovated, separately metered. 5.5 cap rate. Completed construction. Yeah, I just love all these crazy words realtors come up with, right? Like projected cap rate, completed construction at 5.5 cap rate. Just anything other than just telling us what the goddamn numbers actually are. I am glad to see at least the P&L is available upon request. Looks nice and clean. I wonder what the thought was here. Why would you do that? Looks like you recently renovated the whole property, so it seems weird to do the ductwork after the fact. All right. That's a pass. What is this monstrosity? Existing fiveplex. The building has been managed and partially occupied by the owners. The property is adjacent to the Forbes Park. Looks like a development play again. Just joined. You look like you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon, Matt. Appreciate that. What do you think of trailer parks as investments? I think trailer parks can be interesting as an investment. Again, it's really going to depend upon the underlying fundamentals of the deal. So I've got a mobile home park right now. If you guys didn't know, all the random business proposals and shit I get, they go in these buckets here. And every now and then I just kind of filter through them. I've got like two mobile house parks in there in Canada. Some of the numbers, I just don't know whether I trust them, but on the proposals I'm specifically looking at, I should say. But definitely people make money with trailer parks. I know Chris Root in the US, he does quite well with them, it sounds like. So there's definitely money to be made. The key is really just carving out a niche for yourself. So the big question is, are you going to become the mobile park guy or the trailer park guy? If the answer is yes, then I think it's a great business and go after it. If you're just going to dabble, well, then understand that there's probably going to be other individuals or actors in that space that will take it more seriously and will really drive for growth and success and just dominating that niche. And, you're always going to struggle to beat people at that. So if you're not going to become an expert at that niche, just understand that you're probably not going to do as well as the people that really focus on it. Hey, man, real estate question, although I have tons and tons of questions, but how do you smoke weed and stay productive? I smoke every day and all day and can't stop, but I've tried everything. Dudley, so I definitely wouldn't encourage, moderation with anything is usually pretty wise, but for me, weed and productivity, I just kind of view it as a different, this is going to sound weird. I view it as like just a different Matt taking over a shift. So like if sober Matt works for 8 or 10 hours, then just high Matt can come in and take over a shift and work for a few more hours. It just kind of breaks up the monotony of grinding a bunch. So on days where there's a lot of work going on, that's the case. For me, a lot of the creative or planning or doing projections or budget work, I don't find weed to necessarily be a detriment towards my productivity doing those tasks. So again, it's really just a matter of aligning the right tasks with the right vices. So in the morning, the vice is tea, black tea normally for me. And then in the evening, it's weed. So just kind of aligning those activities with those vices. So in the morning, I'm probably going to be more likely to shoot content, make videos, do that shit, crank out all my meetings. And then in the evening, I'll goof around and do research, write scripts, and write ebooks and guides and stuff like that. Another property in Owen Sound. I Is this 200,000 a unit and it's in own sound? What in the hell? Y'all are crazy. Looks like lovely units, but still. I don't know. Electric heat, and you're going to try and sell it to me. 200,000 a unit. Y'all are crazy. That's no. What's the best way to get in touch with me? Yeah, I try and make it not that easy to get in touch with me these days. So you can definitely hit me up on the DMs on social media, or you can comment on my YouTube videos. I believe in my YouTube videos, there's an email address where you can reach out to me there as well. I've also got a website, mattmckeever.com, or you can reach out to one of my many employees, and you can definitely get in contact with them. Honestly, if you want to get on my radar, I think it's the smartest way to do it is to actually get on my employees' radar first and impress one of them, because they impress me. So if you can impress them, then they can impress upon me how impressive you are. You know what I'm saying? Glad to see you laugh out loud. This cracks me up. All right, let's see what's going on Instagram. I've been ignoring you pretty good for a while here. What's your thoughts on Paris, Ontario? Oh, did I? I thought we already did that. What do you think about Woodstock as prices grow on the westbound corridor from the GTA? Woodstock is hot right now. Like everyone wants Woodstock shit. I think Woodstock's a fine town. I think it's got fine fundamentals. I don't think it deserves to be as hot as it is right now, but same time, if you want to buy some wholesale deals, our boy Tyler LaBroche has all the deals. Where do you find off-market deals? You can go to mattmckeever.com/private deals. That's with an S at the end. You can sign up for our email list there. Every Wednesday-ish, my team goes live on a webinar. And you can listen to them pitch you private deals on that webinar as well. So definitely encourage you to check that out. What's the best way to find motivated sellers and motivated buyers? So trying to find motivated sellers, Kijiji is probably your best bet, or Facebook. Trying to find motivated buyers, probably Facebook or communities like Cashflow Tribe. If we're looking at how to get in front of those motivated sellers, to me, like direct marketing is going to be your best bet, right? So this is something we teach regularly on Cashflow Tribe, but do direct mail campaigns, right? Or do PPC, or do a website, do Facebook ads, do radio ads, do billboards, do bus benches, do the signs on buses, whatever works for you in your market. For us, we really do just a lot of direct marketing via flyer campaigns, and works for us. So we've never mixed it up too much. But again, really depends upon the type of properties you're targeting, the market you're in, and just what's going on. So all that context really does matter if you want to try and make the most of your marketing budget. Yeah, there's just not too much for sale. I don't really like any of the shit we've seen so far today. 8-unit commercial investment in the downtown core of Brantford. Real estate value. 8 units, 4 commercial, 4 residential. I guess this is in the rougher part. All right. I'm kind of running out of steam here. A little under the weather. Why are you in Mexico? I am not in Mexico. So I'm not in Mexico. What are your thoughts on Welland? Yeah, Welland seems very popular. I'd I didn't know a lot about Welland until recently. The one thing that the little bit more I did research, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize how close Welland and Port Colborne were to each other, and how likely they're eventually just going to merge into one city. Um, you know, pretty close drive to Niagara Falls and St. Catharines as well. So yeah, Welland seems like an attractive market. I don't know a lot about the underlying fundamentals there, so I can't speak too intelligently on that front, but yeah. Anyways, all right, I'm going to mix it up now, guys. I'm just going to go look at properties for myself. We'll just see if we can find anything of interest here. Anything's came up in the last week or two. Waterfront. Indoor pool. 5+ acres. All right, not too much has came up. It always blows my mind, though. If you guys are ever looking to buy like a beautiful estate or mansion property, Quebec has such just amazing properties. I mean, it's in Quebec, but boy, are they pretty. See what's going on in Kingston. Man, this property, guys, this one I've been looking at a little bit. This, other than the front door, there's really no reason that I should really want it as bad as I do. But check out this front door. Is that not just the pimpest front door? Instagram, you need to see this front door. Is that not just pimp? Like, I feel like you almost just have to buy the house for the door. But otherwise, I actually don't find the house that nice. Like this this dock shot taken on a rainy, overcast day really doesn't do it for me. The house is like nice, but there's really nothing about it that stands out. The kitchen, I feel like I'd need to get redone for sure. And then there's all just like the green accents and the dated fixtures. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm going to end up spending a lot of money. Now, this place did have a sauna, so that was nice. But I don't think just getting a sauna isn't that hard. So, I don't know. It did look like a nice, like, estatey looking property, though. But, man, I really love that front door. I guess, though, I'd probably just stand out in front of my house all day staring at the front door. So that probably wouldn't be a very productive use of time. I don't know if they've dropped the price here. I thought it was always priced at that price. What else is going on? I haven't seen this out in New Brunswick yet. New Brunswick's a bit far. Just a little bit further than I'd like. That actually looks... There's some pretty nice stuff out on the East Coast as well. When you look at the cost versus what you get. Like for $500,000, this is pretty pimp. Although I can't tell. Is this a choice, or did we run out of money here with the exposed? I feel like we just ran out of money. Every place that has built-in bookshelves, I just naturally swoon for. Got like the farmer's doors going on here with that whole thing. Got the classic stoves and appliances. It doesn't really matter to me, though. That just seems like a pain in the ass. Like you're going to be dealing with appliance repairmen all the time. Yeah, this property is definitely not for me, but nice. I get what you're doing. I see what you're up to over there. The reason I only went back and looked like a week or two old is because I pay relative attention to what's going on here. Don't know if oh, this one's been up before too. This must be either a relist or a price drop. And I just want a very specific type of property. It's going to take me a while to find it. All right. Well, anyways, I appreciate, well, let's close out Facebook. That doesn't need to be there. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Monday night while I smoked some weed and we looked at some properties. I hope you guys got value from this. If you're enjoying these videos, you definitely need to let me know in the comment section and by smashing that like button, as well as sharing is caring when it comes to social media. So please share this everywhere. And if you guys haven't, go check out Amar's free ebook. Again, you can find that in the video description on my YouTube channel. So just jump over to Sunday's YouTube video with Amar. Completely free ebook. He spent a lot of time writing it. We spent a lot of time trying to bring it out to its best version of itself. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And it's just kind of a sampling of what we're looking at doing in the future. So at least once a month in 2021, I'll be coming out with an ebook. If not, probably closer to once a week. I think I'm addicted now to this idea of doing the ebooks. So, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to call it a night. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you haven't somehow smashed the like button, please do that. All right. See you Instagram. And I'll answer one or two more questions on YouTube because YouTube, you're my first love. Hello, I'm just getting started. I currently don't own any investments. Would it be better for me to buy a couple single-family houses or one fourplex? I eventually want to buy big apartment complexes. Fun challenges. It really does just depend upon where you're at, how much time and energy you're willing to put into it, all that stuff. I guess what I would say is if you're looking to house hack the fourplex seems more favorable to me. So I would probably have a mild bias towards that. But realistically, the key is just getting started, jumping in there, doing your first deal or two, cutting your teeth, learning the basics, school of hard knocks, all those euphemisms or sayings or cliches, whatever those are. The key is just like pulling the trigger, taking action. Hey, Matt, I'm a student working 60 hours as a server and a bank teller. Tried to get into real estate. I've got around 30K saved up. I live in Toronto. What market should I look at for my first property? Bill, I would really encourage you to look outside of the GTA. One, it's going to be a lot more affordable for you. But two, you might actually be able to find some cash flow if you look outside the GTA. So I think that's key when it comes to building up your financial fortress of solitude if you're going to be doing buy and holds. Otherwise, you probably should be looking at trying to find a way to build up some active income by either flipping or becoming a wholesaler, or maybe looking to start a career in real estate. You know, that could be as a realtor, a mortgage agent, insurance, appraiser, lots of opportunities there. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next video.